Hello, and welcome to this collective and timeless reading. This is Estar Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing another message to see what guidance needs to come in from your ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels. See what they want to deliver for you today. And I brought in a honey calcite today because it's just such a lovely gold color, nice amber color, like the color of fall right now. So that'd be nice to bring in. And we brought our little bear totem to guide us in this reading. I usually mention the crystals or I try to remember to mention the crystals. Last time I had an amethyst, but I forgot to say so. So yeah, try to remember to keep crystals with you. They're very helpful if you're going through anything or your gifts are coming online, your spiritual connection, or you want to forge a spiritual connection. I think it's helpful to use crystals in that way as a tool to, it's, if we have ability, it's can be helpful for sharpening those gifts, like maybe we are clairaudient, for example, and you are clairaudient without the crystal, but sometimes the crystal can just sharpen your hearing enough that you hear more clearly. So things like that, or put it on our third eye so we can see a little more. Not it. Okay. Not yet. But let's see what's going on. What messages need to come in for the collective? Okay, here we go. Queen of Discs. Yeah, new opportunities coming in. But I get the sense that this is like you seeing all that's before you, like all that could potentially happen for you. Like I'm getting like a self-made energy from this. Like someone who is ready to take charge of their life, ready to it's not just that an opportunity is being put in your lap. You're seeing opportunities in places and you're going for it. It's an energy of going for something. But the opportunity is also kind of falling in your lap, but it's, it's something you're also participating in. Yeah, compassion. Ace of Cups. So maybe this is an opportunity for emotional growth. Or even, this could be like this person is learning how to tune into their heart frequencies and their spiritual gifts, and they're learning how they can actually turn that into a career or turn that into something that they make money from. Wow, that came right out. King of Wands. Yeah, you're really tapping into your power audaciously. Yeah, you're realizing you have what it takes. You have, because that's what's been holding you back, is thinking, oh, I can't do that, or I'm not good enough for that, or I'd have to study for a long time to do that. No, you're actually changing your energy to be like, well, why not me? Why can't I do that? Actually, I have a lot to share. Actually, I want to share a lot. I'm gonna go for that. Like you're shifting your energy from being hesitant and blocking yourself into someone who sees the infinite potential within yourself, and not in an arrogant way, in a like it was there all along and you were the only person standing in your way. Oh, the Tower. Yeah, the Eye of Sauron is coming down. But really, I think it's like, I see you here. It's kind of hard to see, but this person is glowing and protecting themselves amongst this destruction with their shield of light. And that's kind of what you're doing for others because of your willingness to tap into the unknown, tap into the thing that you're afraid of, it's actually collapsing everything that was holding you back, like all the negative dark energies. And I get a sense that you're really, this is like collapsing the matrix almost. So you're really someone who, because you're tapping into that, into your potential, it's going to undo a lot of dark forces that benefited from you not stepping on your path. Interesting. So maybe you're like an earth angel or some sort of starseed or someone that's going to do something really important in this world. And that's actually why there was a lot of dark energies sent your way through a lot of your life, because, you know, there's beings out there that knew who you were going to be. And because of that, they tried to stop you, but they're completely failing now, because they only made you more powerful. Like, look at you. Now you have this infinite potential. It's like they tried to like stop a volcano from erupting, but because they did, like they put their hands over it metaphorically to stop it, now it's just built up pressure. So now it's just a bigger explosion. Yeah. Whoa, Two of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. Like I got a really happy energy from this. So, like, this could be love, this could be meeting your other half, but this could also be like your energies balancing. This could be like you meeting another side of yourself, meeting your true self, because you've always been someone else that, you know, was who you were to survive a situation, but now it's, wow, you're going to be a whole new person. But I also really read this as like you're going to meet your other half. Like maybe because you were trapped in this other energy, it prevented you from meeting like your soulmate or like your twin flame, something like that, if that resonates. Who you know, with them you'll be even more powerful. So like keeping you separate was also part of the blocking. One sec. Messages are coming fast. I need a sip of tea. So yeah, like you're just seeing the infinite potential in the universe. Like you used to view it like this, like it was dark and destructive and there was no hope and there was no potential, but now it's like, look at all this hope that's like bursting out of you. Now it's like you see the real truth, you see the real world, and you're resonating with it because you've opened up your heart, you've opened up your creative spirit, and that's going to give you the financial like ability, like you're going to see the potential in yourself and how you can create in this world, like, and how much opportunity you can create in the world. And it's just like their tower is coming down, right? And this could come in the form of like people that have held you back, people that benefited from you not reaching your potential. Sometimes that can be even family or friends, like just the everyday people we know. Like darkness can work through other people and often does because that's how it operates. But no, I think now you're going to really meet the right people, meet people that resonate with that higher frequency, right? Because look, cups again. You changed your frequency to be more aligned. And because you're aligned, now everything that was your life before has to come down because it just doesn't resonate with you. It can't keep itself alive because you're not holding that frequency. Like our life is the product of the frequency of our thoughts. So everything we see, touch, feel, experience in the everyday, that is a reflection of our thoughts and frequencies within us. But when we change that, it changes the outer world. I heard it at a great, it was like a talk. I think it was, it might have even been a movie about Indigenous First Nations here in Canada, but I believe that they said in that, and this is, I don't even think this is like a thought that's solely Indigenous. I think it's been said before in different cultures, but basically everything that's real now was first a thought. Every single thing was first a thought, and a thought is a frequency, right? And maybe you need to get into cymatics. I think it's called cymatics, where you see the shapes that form from sound. You've probably seen that video where they do the salt. It's like this sheet with salt, and then they keep changing the frequency, and different geometric patterns form from the salt. And it's very cool. It really shows how our universe works in a very simple way. And I don't think people realize how significant that is. Like, when you realize how your thoughts can create things, it's amazing. And it makes sense. Like, you imagine something, yourself doing something first, and then you go do the thing. So your thought created the thing. It's always a thought first. I hope I'm getting through saying it in a way that makes sense. But yeah, if that's something that resonates, maybe, and you're saying, well, my reality doesn't reflect what I want. Maybe your thoughts still need to be, you need to examine your thoughts. Examine how you talk to yourself. Think about how you speak to yourself. Think about what thoughts you think in your head, like, well, that's not possible, or whatever limiting thoughts you believe, that's going to be your reality. So intentionality is important. What we think is what we will experience. So if you're thinking negative thoughts, blocking thoughts, that's a habit to break. Try to counter the thought when you notice yourself. The first step is noticing when you're doing the thoughts, when you're having those thoughts. That's the first step. And then get in the habit of that. And then once you're through that habit, you're really good at noticing. Try to counter the thought. Counter it with an affirmation that is in the opposite light. Like, if you think things like, well, I always am poor, or I always don't make money, counter it with, like, everything I need is always at hand. The universe will provide everything that I need at any moment in time. Or money comes to me easily. Money flows into my hands. Anything like that can really be helpful. A new romantic cycle begins. Interesting. And you got 2 cups here, so that's really strongly affirming for that. Maybe you're going to we talked about 2 halves of the self, and with the scales here, it talks about balance. So it could be that if romance doesn't resonate with you, but I really also think your heart is coming into alignment here. So maybe you're ready to meet your other half, like your twin flame or your soulmate, someone new, someone who's more aligned. And this could be romance with yourself, even, like falling in love with yourself in a new way. Like, and that's not in a narcissistic way. It means, like, seeing yourself in a new light, seeing the other side of you that was hidden away before. Luck is on your side. Yeah. And Sagittarius, that's about long journeys as well. So you could be going on a journey to meet this person. And it's new moon, new moon. New moon Sagittarius, new moon Libra. So yeah, I definitely get strongly there is luck on this journey to meet your destined partner is what I'm hearing. So let's just go for it. I don't go for romantic readings. Like, I don't try to make them that way, but here it is. Yeah. Maybe this is a King of Wands for you. Or a Queen of Discs. Yeah, but whoever it is, whatever gender you are, I think you're gonna meet someone who's like this, that just really gets you. That's gonna be so in tune with you. It's not gonna feel hard or a struggle. It's not gonna feel forced. It's gonna feel easy. It's gonna feel like, wow, I can't believe this happened. Or I can't believe I met this person. Like, is this even real? I don't know. It's just like, really, I'm really getting that strongly. So believe it. Believe that the right person is coming in for you. And don't worry if it's not something that resonates with you. I think it can be taken different ways. And there's many people in this collective that can resonate with these energies. So it can come out in different ways. But I think, before we meet someone that is suited for us, we have to balance ourselves, right? Balance the two sides of our personality, the yin and yang, right? All right, there we go. I swear I'm not trying to get this. Relationship dynamics. Yeah. So that's something also to keep in mind, is that it's gonna take, work, and it's not gonna be all sunshine and roses immediately. It's gonna take some effort, but I think it'll be a lot easier than anything you've done in the past. And that's where the luck comes in. Like, I think you'll meet someone that's really suited to you. So I'm just gonna look. I'm actually looking in the book. I usually don't for these cards because they're pretty obvious. But I kind of want to see if there's a message in here. This talks about growing apart too with some people. It could be any relationship, like friends, family, coworkers. But it's about change. Like, it's about, the dynamics of the relationship are shifting. So maybe, you might be leaving someone to meet someone new. You could be getting divorced. Yeah. Or just leaving the groups of people that you've always been hanging out with. Like, that could be shifting because you're shifting. You no longer resonate, so you have to go to somewhere new, someone new that suits who you are now. It's funny how you've got a bow and a scale here. They look really similar, don't they? It's like you're shooting an arrow of love, but there's got to be balance there, right? Yeah, and it talks about when your feelings change, like sometimes we can spend a lot of time emotionally numb, and then when we wake up, everything changes. So, have you been feeling emotionally numb? And now you're having emotional awareness to a situation, and it's made you realize you need something different, someone different. Yeah. The most important relationship we have is with ourselves first, right? Again, balance, yin and yang. But, like, you can shift for other people, right? But ultimately, you have to think about your happiness as well, right? Be honest with yourself about what makes you happy and what you want in another person. Yeah, because when you make changes to yourself and within yourself, everything else is affected. Every other person connected to you is affected. So, make sure you are in tune with yourself. Know your heart, what your heart is saying to you, your heart frequencies. Make sure you know what it is you want before you choose. Take the next step now. Yeah. So maybe you're being called to take a chance. Take a journey. Either physically or emotionally, actually. Maybe you're stalling a bit from, you found a place that you're comfortable at, but there's still work to be done to evolve, to challenge yourself. Yeah, you need to challenge yourself more than, because maybe you're working on yourself to get to that place where you feel like you can be with different people, the right people. But it's easy to get stopped along the journey when we think, or when we hit a roadblock. But when we do that, you know, it just delays us. We don't get where we need to go, even if it feels comfortable where we get to. We still need to challenge ourselves to look at what's still hidden, what's still pushing up to the something that's pushing up to the surface is what I'm getting. We were talking about a volcano before and pressure. So, you know, maybe something's been building up for a while and you're about to explode. Could be like you've been holding yourself back from relationships for so long, and now it's time to take a chance to get out there again, I guess, in a sense. Even if it's just friendships, like... yeah. What could you do to take a step forward now on that journey? Ask yourself that. What can I do to move myself forward emotionally? And that's not a question we ask a lot. We think about our careers, or we think about, you know, more like a lot of practical things, like things in the area of like pentacles. We don't think of cups often. Oh, Lemurian quartz. Wow. Yeah, the key in the lock here. This is the key. And maybe you've also locked your heart up tight. Yeah. And you've got to open it again. 31. I wonder if this people that or person that you're connecting with now or in the future, maybe they have something to do with Lemuria. Yeah, something, yeah, hold on, let me look at the book here for a sec. Lemuria. Maybe you have a soulmate that's from another lifetime as well. Yeah. And this is also about the bigger picture, right? Think about the bigger picture and unlock infinite possibility. And we were talking about that too, right? How your perspective has shifted. You used to see negativity around you always, and now you're opening your heart up to infinite possibility, and that's exactly what this card's about. See all the infinite possibilities that are around you. Have a vision. See the bigger picture. Yeah, imagine something bigger and better, because maybe that's what it is. You found a good place that you're kind of stopped at right now and been like, well, it's kind of nice here. This could be good. I could be happy here, but maybe you need something a little more. Like you need to look and see something else. You need to look around you and think, well, what else is possible? Because it's not wrong to want more. It's not an energy of lack. It's just that you want to have all that's possible to you, and that's okay. That's okay to seek more when you have the opportunity. Yeah. Use the opportunity to heal. Yeah, dream big. Where do you really see yourself in like 10 or 5 or 10 years? Where do you really see yourself? Where do you want to be? You know, and if you shoot for something big, you'll probably end up somewhere pretty satisfying, right? Yeah. Let yourself have epiphanies about what you really want. Yeah. And you because you have the capacity, you can unlock the wisdom of the stars. That's what I'm getting. So, ooh, I got a tingle up my leg. Maybe you have like really important gifts to share. Like you have strong connections to the divine, and you might be able to unlock that with these other people or this other person. And your guides want you to see that you could be so much more than just like small crumbs. I think you've been accepting crumbs all your life, and there's actually bigger things. Yeah, pyrite. Pyrite's about seeing the abundance, seeing the gold. Yeah. Interesting. So you have a lot of potential to make gold, make money with your gifts, I think. I think you have to see the infinite within yourself, the infinite possibility of what you can do, your ability. Yeah. I think you can do a lot to help others, to help the world, but also for yourself. Like you have a lot of ability to make yourself happy, I think. Like you could be so much happier than you are. And I think sometimes when we spend a lot of time in a state of struggle and unhappiness and lack, that it's really, really hard to imagine ourselves happy and having it all, but we can. And I think you are. You have it right before you. You have the ability to. So why not take it? Why not imagine it? Have the ability, be brave enough to imagine it and let it become real. Yeah. Here we go. Contentment. Yeah, you've been in contentment, but you could have greater contentment, is what they're trying to get you to see. You could have so much more. Because I think you're okay with less, and that's not a bad thing. It's just, I think the universe wants you to have it all. I think they want you to really enjoy life. Because maybe you're not going to be able to come back to Earth again. For some people, I think that's true. You might be in your last ride at the rodeo, so to speak. And no matter what you believe, like if you believe we only have one life, well, this is the last rodeo, right? I'm not sure why rodeos are coming in. But, that's, we only got that one life as we are in this form and in this conscious awareness. So make it count. Make it count. Take a leap. Take a lesson from the frog. Take bounds and leaps to what you want to get, where you want to be. And that doesn't have to be, financial risks and things. That could be about your heart. I think in this reading, it's about your heart. Yeah, maybe take an emotional risk. It feels like an emotional risk, but it's not really. Enlightenment, samadhi. 43. I like barn owls. They make a terrible sound. They're really scary, actually, sometimes, but I think they just have a really sweet face. Yeah, enlightenment. You can bring enlightenment to the world. That's your goal. That's your gift. You can really bring light to the world. You can help enlighten others with your gifts, and maybe even this other person as well. But I get the sense that maybe you're like compatible, like maybe you're like two sides of the same coin. So maybe they'll know as well. They'll get you. They'll understand you, and they'll be of the same, cut from the same cloth, is what I'm hearing. There's many ways to become enlightened, many ways to learn, many ways to grow. And, one of the ways to grow is through other people, through other experiences having experiences with others is one of the ways we grow. And I think maybe you've been a person that focuses more on skills or things that are less personal. More about the individual, about you, enhancing yourself. But it's easy to forget that others bring a lot to us, right? And maybe you were scared off that because you had bad experiences with people in the past and you just said, I'm going to only focus on me and that's it. But actually, you can learn from others. You can grow from others and having new experiences. So don't cut yourself off from that. I think even just the realization that that can be true, that you can learn from others and grow with others, that's your enlightenment. That's your lesson. That's what you're going to learn. Yeah. Okay, well, this is a great lesson. Great reminder that, relationships count. They're important and they're not something you should cut yourself off from. Yeah, definitely put yourself out there. Because that's what I'm getting. Like, you need to put yourself out there as well. And try to meet people, try to talk to people, try to meet, because you never know who's going to be an important person in your life. First meetings can be like seem innocuous and insignificant, but we don't know who that person will be in our future. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the end of the reading. So I hope this was helpful. If you like the reading, you can leave a like or a comment as well. It's great to know how these readings resonate with people. So, I'm all for it. And yeah, I look forward to talk to you again soon. I hope that, you meet some new and great people in your life. I have confidence that you will. That you will make good people. Make it an affirmation. Good people surround me everywhere I go, and that will help. All right. Take care, everyone.